Hi guys, I am here today to do a nice collage for you / with you. And what I am using as the theme or the prompts or what have you is called Trovember, which is Treasure November, hosted by Collage Lab. And she started this a couple years ago, and I did play along for a few prompts with it the very first year, but I haven't done it since then. And obviously it's December, I am late. I wasn't planning on doing it at all, but I have kind of gotten my crafting mojo back, so I'm going to try. I don't know how many videos this is going to take, because this is a pretty big canvas. It's 11 by 14, and the prompts, I'm going to try to fill up the canvas. So I have the first 10 prompts ready to go, so if I can get all 10 in one video, then that'll be great. But if not, then it will take multiple videos. But the first prompt is a checkered grid background. And what I'm using is 1 by 1 inch pieces of paper. And I am going to just alternate them like this and have a 1 inch white space in between, and so forth. So let's just get started. Also, in this video, I will update you with my life events. Obviously, you know that I was pregnant and I did have my daughter. She is almost 8 weeks old now. And she is sleeping right next to me in her bassinet. So if I seem to pause and come back abruptly in the video without warning, it is because she started fussing or crying or something, and I had to tend to her. But she is asleep for now, so I'm attempting this video. She was born on October 10th, and she was 5 pounds 12 ounces, and she was 18 inches long. And she was perfect. She is perfect. The experience for me was, that was my first time having a kid, obviously. And I tried to do it without any pain medication or anything like that, but it was too much. So I did end up having to have an epidural, and it was the best thing that could have happened, because I would not have made it through that without it. There's no way. People that do it without an epidural, I don't know how. They are Wonder Women. And I applaud you. That is just crazy to me, but I know people do it, and I tried, but I just couldn't do it, and that's okay. But everything went well, and everything is going well with me, with her, with her dad. Yeah, she's almost 8 weeks old, like I said, and she's getting so big. Her last appointment was her first month appointment, which was on November 10th, and she had gained almost 2 full pounds since she was born, so that is great. And I'm assuming, I know that she's gaining weight. She's getting bigger for sure, because she's getting heavier to pick up. You know what might be easier? If I start a second row and then go this way. That might be easier. Or maybe I should just finish this row and go from there. But I saw a couple people doing this challenge on YouTube. I don't actually know if she has a YouTube channel, and if she does, if she updates it at all. I think this is just a website. And I will link the class below. I don't know how long it's going to be available, because it was a November challenge, and since it's December, it is a free course, but you can choose to, you know, buy her a coffee, as she says, and pay, you know, a couple bucks. And I paid $5 for it, and I think that was well worth it. She takes the time to put it together and to think of it and to record all of her videos with her prompts, so that deserves some sort of compensation. So $5 is enough for me, I think. It's worth more, honestly, but you know. And of course, these aren't all going to be exactly 1 inch by 1 inch. I didn't measure all of them. I took like one square, I think, that I used on my cutting board, and then I just used scissors to cut the rest, using that first square as the template. So this might be a little bit wonky, but that is okay. And I am realizing now that this is definitely going to be a longer video. It's going to be a lot longer than, or it's going to take longer to do these 10 prompts. So it probably will take maybe 6 videos. Maybe I'll do 5 prompts per video. But some of them are a lot easier. But this is the first one, and it is meant to cover the whole background. And I did choose a pretty big substrate, so there's that. And the reason I went with 1 inch by 1 inch is because these are odd numbers, 14 by 11, and 2 inches, there would have been some overhang, and I would have had to, you know, do some math. So I figured 1 by 1 would have been easier for me, and that's just what I went with. Not thinking about how long it's going to take me to glue all these squares on. So maybe I'll just do 2 prompts in this video. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I don't want it to be a super long video, but at the same time, there's 30 prompts, and I want to get as many recorded like at one go as I can, because my time is precious now. I never know how long she's going to stay asleep at any given time. Right now, at the time of this recording, it's about 8 o'clock p.m. She slept a lot today, so that's why I'm kind of nervous that she'll wake up. But if she does, that's okay. I will just record as I can. I have new priorities now. I didn't want to do much talking in the other videos because that was a sponsored video by Temu, and it was meant for Temu and only about Temu, so I didn't want to put any of my life updates in it, which is why I didn't. But this one is my own video, so now I can tell you. Actually, I don't know if I told you her name. Her name is Kelsey. Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be a strip over here anyway, and that's okay. It's gonna have to be because that's how it is. Here's a little corgi face. That's cute. So I'll tell you, the next prompt is to add something green, and I didn't just pick one thing to add something green. I chose a lot of green things because how I am doing this collage is I am trying to use up some of the things that are in this one bin that I have. It's mostly like smaller scraps and ephemera and whatnot. So I just picked out a bunch of green things from that. And pretty much everything that I have picked out so far from these 10 prompts that I've gone through have been out of that basket. And the way that I'm doing it is so for this one, I saw that the background was a checkered grid, so I got all my papers ready, and I knew how I was going to do it. I was going to do it like I'm doing it. And then I looked at the next prompt, which was add something green. And once I got all of my add something greens out, I went to the next prompt. I didn't know what the prompt ahead of it was before I picked out my stuff for the current prompt, because I didn't want it to like sway my opinion on what I wanted to do if I knew what the prompt was next, if that makes any sense. So I picked out my stuff and then I moved on to the next prompt. And I wanted to have a bunch of stuff ready to go ahead of time, like I said, because I'm on limited time with being able to record videos. So I wanted to have a bunch of stuff ready. I didn't think that it was going to take this long. Like, it's already 12 minutes into the video and I'm only on 3 rows and I have like 8 more to go. So we'll see. If it takes me a couple videos to do it, that's okay. If I never finish it, that's okay too. If I do some off camera, which is definitely a possibility, then that's okay. If you want to see everything that I'm doing, I'm sorry, I will try my best. I will try my best to get it all on camera. That is the goal, the plan, to do it all on camera. But I just never know. I never know. But so far, it's all like paper stuff that I can glue down. I don't know if there will be any paint prompts or anything like that, where I'll have to like wait in between layers for things to dry. But for now, I don't have to worry about that. I see a little bit of a shadow. I used to not have shadows. I also never really recorded much at actual nighttime. I always had natural light. But it is what it is. They're not super bad, at least. Hopefully I cut out enough squares. I might not have, so I might not even be able to finish this video if I wanted to. I might have to cut out some more squares. This is actually a lot of squares that I'm using. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it seems to be 7 rows per square. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 11, so 77 squares, if I did my math right. And I definitely don't think I cut out that many squares. So that will put a pause on the video for sure. So I can cut out some more. Let's do this one. And obviously, since all of these are all different colors, this is not going to be a cohesive collage at all, but most of the things that I make are not cohesive anyway, because I like color and chaos in my crafts, usually. Lately, though, I have kind of been into the whole vintage look, especially with the stuff I've gotten off of Temu, like with the butterflies and the flower pattern stuff. I've really been enjoying that. Also, those videos that I posted, I am getting paid by Temu for them, and I believe in order to get extra compensation from Temu, I need 50 views on each of those videos. So if you haven't watched them, I would love it if you even just clicked on it and checked it out to see, you know, some of the stuff that I got on Temu. It is a really great site. I would really appreciate it if I could get up to 50 views on them. And I have to do it within the 7 days that I posted those videos. So that doesn't leave too many days left. But if not, that's okay. Yep, definitely gonna need some more papers cut. I tried to do the math when I was cutting out these papers yesterday, but it was late at night and my brain was super tired, so I could not figure out how many squares I was gonna need. So I gave up trying to count. But had I done better, I would have known, and I would have enough paper for it. But thankfully my my little scrap box is right up there, and it shouldn't take too long to cut out the rest. We will see, though. I have to make sure that I save one square before I do that, so I don't have to get my cutting board out, because my cutting board is kind of loud, and I don't want to risk waking Kelsey, so I can get the rest of this video recorded. I really was expecting to get 10 prompts done in one video. That's crazy. But some of the prompts, like, even though I'm doing multiple things for that prompt, like I said, I'm not adding just one green thing, I'm adding several green things. There's a lot less than this monotonous task of all of this 1-inch paper. They're bigger things, and there's a lot less than 77 of them, so once this is done, I should be able to get more done in one single video. And I'm not too far off. I don't know if you can actually see in the camera my the amount of papers I have left, but I have about 7 left. So I won't need too many more. Like 3 rows, 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'll need 4 more rows. So, about 30. I'll just cut out 30 to be safe. Even though I know it's only 28. I do know that math. But, just in case. And if Kelsey wakes up, then she wakes up and I will resume probably tomorrow, because it is getting late and I have been going to bed a lot earlier. Well, really I go to bed when she lets me, but lately it's been, you know, around 9 o'clock or so. And she's been better at sleeping longer at night. Lately, she's only been waking me up 2, maybe 3 times a night, which really isn't that bad compared to the beginning when I was up constantly. Okay, so I've ended, and I only have 2 squares left, so I'm going to pause and come back when I have more. So I will see you in a bit. Okay, I am back, and Kelsey is kind of back there fussing. I think she's trying to go to the bathroom. So if you hear her making noises, she's okay. It's okay. But I got my squares cut out. Kind of a bummer that I didn't realize it sooner, that I would have needed more squares, so that way I could have used. So it's kind of going to look like I did one half and then another half. It's not going to look as cohesive, but that's okay. Like, I could have had this ice cream cone paper up here and, you know, some of the cat paper down here, but it is what it is, and I'm just going to deal with it. This is, even she mentioned that, you know, this is the first of 30 layers. So a lot of this stuff is going to be covered up anyway. So I'm really not too worried about it. I kind of hope one of the prompts is like washi tape or something, so I can tape this edge. Even though I cut these things, you know, really close to 1 by 1, there's still an extra, like, I don't know, 1/4 inch on the side. But it'll be alright, even if I don't get to cover it up. Something will cover it up. I will make, like she said, there's 30 layers. I will make a point of it to get this edge covered up. Three more rows to go on this first layer, first prompt. And like I said, I will, if I can remember, I will link this class in the description. And if it's still available, I suggest that you go get it while you can. And so that way you'll have access to it for as long as she has it on her website. So I kind of wish I would have done the ones from years past, but I just wasn't feeling it. And this year, I'm glad that I saw a few people doing it on YouTube. Otherwise, I probably would have forgotten about it this year with everything else going on. But here I am, trying to get it worked on. And she is starting to fuss a little bit more. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but she's usually a little better if I give her her pacifier, so I might get up and do that. But I'm almost done with this layer. Anyway. So I gave her her pacifier. It helps relax her, obviously. Hopefully it will relax her enough to finish this row and possibly get the next layer done. But This is a pretty long video, so if I don't get to the next layer, that'll kind of be okay. And I will just add it in to the into a new video. But we'll see. As long as she lets me get this one done, I'll be okay. And I think a half-hour long video is a pretty decent length. So I will probably just end it after this layer. Some of these I definitely did not cut very well. But that's okay. Like I've said, this is the first of 30 layers. So a lot of it's going to be covered up anyway. A few more to go. Oh, here we go. I'll add this one. It's got sort of a piece of pizza on there. So I'm going to just wrap up the video and finish this off. Because she is starting to get fussy and I'm almost done anyway. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, check out my Temu videos, please. I need a couple more likes. And I'll finish this off and I'll come back with the next prompt in the next video. Bye.